Michael Taylor. I talked to him, and he seems like he has a great future ahead of him, also. And a lot of people say maybe he's the way you were when you were young. You know, the kind of the physical and the talents and skills that he has and abilities.
Well, that's quite a. I haven't seen him yet, other than him hit one time. But I tell you, the people here in the organization, they love his talent, and I think people in D.C. love his talent too. And you know, it's my understanding that you know, he comes from a great family. I haven't met his family yet. I mean, which is where it starts most of the time, being a fine young man.
Right.
And he's a very intelligent young man, which lends me to believe that, you know, as a coach, you know, I want players that, you know, that have the aptitude to, you know, to learn, and then to be taught, and then to practice it if you are a hard worker until it becomes muscle memory, and then to have the total recall to call upon whatever you're recalling upon command. And this is where I can help. Yeah, you know, Michael Taylor. I mean, you know, what do you hear about young guys mostly? Is what they can't do. You know, and our job is to enhance his strengths and what he can do, and then diminish whatever they saying his, you know, his faults and what he can't do.
Strikeouts, maybe.
Yeah. But
How do you help a guy with that?
Well, number one, getting a good pitch to hit. You know, being aggressive in the strike zone, being ready to hit, and I mean, most of the time as a young player, you know what you're chasing. You're chasing high fastballs and low breaker balls. We was all a sucker for those pitches, and so if I can get him to think in reverse, to swinging high fastballs and high breaking balls and low fastballs, then, you know, he's going to hit. And I know my roommate Ralph Gard, man, this guy could hit. This brother could hit. And the people ask him, you look up Ralph Gard, he hit 364, 348, 325, and you ask Ralph how you hit the curveball, which gives us all the blues. He said, don't miss the fastball.
Okay.
So
Don't miss the fastball.
Yeah, don't miss the fastball.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, that's simple, about as simple as it gets, ain't it?
I used to swing a Ralph Guard bat
Oh,
in
did
college.
you? It was
Yes.
a big old bat there.
It was a big. It was a big. It
Oh
was
yeah,
it had a nice
big
big
U one.
Yes.
Yeah, I hated that bat.
You didn't like that.
No, I didn't like
Okay.
that, man. I like that Hank Aaron, Ernie Banks.
Oh yeah, because
Billy
y'all
Williams.
had the quick wrist.
Yeah, them little
That's
skinny bats.
Yeah,
That's
them
what I
little
like.
skinny.
Now Ralph, man, he used believe it or not, he used a bat that was a U1, didn't have a handle on it, kind of like Jason Worth's bat.
Okay.
It was 36 inches and 38 ounces.
I used to choke up on that
I
thing.
bet you did.
You know
gonna
that.
break
don't
your
you?
wrist.
Yeah. But you know, it did me well. You
Yeah,
know,
I bet it
could
did.
go to the opposite field.
You
and
had
all
no
that.
choice.
You know, yeah.
That big old sucker.
But talk about some of these guys that you played with and how they have influenced you to be the man that you are now and
Well,
the manager and leader
I mean,
that you are
I had
now.
influence. Well, I was oldest of five first. That's where my first influence came from my dad. He put me in charge, and my mama. And then I was captain on almost every team I played on. I played all sports. I was in the military, in the Marines. Yeah, from 69 to 75, I was in the reserves, and they made me the guidon, which is in charge. So everywhere I've been, they put me in charge whether I wanted to be in charge or not, which I didn't most of the time. I just wanted to just do my thing and then, you know, blend in and go have some fun. But, you know, I guess people saw something in me that I didn't even see in myself, kind of. And, you know, I had some tremendous influences from my high school coach. Like I said, my dad was my coach, and Bobby Bonds' was coach in Riverside, California, when we grew up as kids. And then I had like Spider Jorgensen, that was my American Legion coach. He played with Jackie Robinson. And then I had, I got the A-ball, you know, and I had some, you know, some positive, very positive influences, like Mr. Bill Lucas. You know, Hank Aaron was the first black, you know, farm director and general manager in baseball with the Braves. And so, you know, like I learned a lot, you know, while being with the Braves and being around Hank Aaron, because I was around when Hank Aaron was trying to break the record.
Right, you were on deck, right?
Yeah, I was with Hank every
When he
day.
hit the home run.
Yeah.
Okay.
And you know, like I was, and he promised my mama when I signed that, you know, he would take care of me as if I was his own son. So he made me go to church. Young man, I'm out on my own. He made me get up and eat breakfast. He made me go to bed at night. When you're a young dude, you want to be hanging out, and he got our priorities straight, in the game. And he was a mentor to Ralph Garr and myself. And even before that, I had like Al Laddles in basketball, because I went to the Squaw Valley Warriors basketball camp. So Al's like one of my tight partners now. And then I got into baseball and the great Jim Gilliam when I got traded to the Dodgers. Him and Preston Gomez and Tommy Davis and I had Lou Johnson always around. Well, Roy Campanella would come in his wheelchair and Don Newcomb, and I mean we always had some dudes. That's why I am the way I am with these young dudes, because I always had somebody that was taking care of us.
How can we get that back again?
Well, number one, I think we can get it back by having the dads in the lives of more of the young men. Period. Because I got nephews and people and I know a bunch of people where the mothers are kind of forcing to be moms and dads, and it's hard for much you love your mama and your grandmama, it's hard for them to teach a man how to be a man. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And so, I mean, we can get almost anything we want out of our mama. All we gotta do is just beg and plead.
But when she said, "Wait till your daddy get home,"
no, don't say them words.
It's like,
"Oh, mama, that's death row." They talk
yes,
about death row.
exactly.
That was death row, man. Wait till your daddy get home.
Yeah.
Oh Lord, because you ask your daddy one time, if he say no,
right,
it's no.
It's no.
Yeah, it's no, and so that's that tough love. So. Anyway, it just starts in the family. Mm-hmm. It starts in the community, and it starts where we can, like, they say it takes a village to raise a child. Well, I come from Riverside, California originally, and if Miss Burrell saw me do something down the street, she was gonna call my daddy. Mm-hmm. And I mean, she would chastise me, and then my daddy say thank you, then I get chastised again. Yeah. And so, we always had somebody in the community that was looking out for us, Yeah. So.
And it starts with people like you, Dusty.
Well, it starts with us.
And we appreciate that.
Yeah, I got you. But it starts long before me, because by the time I get them, it's a lot later. Mm-hmm. They got to start when they're young. So, and it helps. I mean, but better late than never sometimes.
All right. Well, best of luck to you this season. We'll be around.
I know you will.
Yeah.
So. Hey man, we gonna win this thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I mean, I just believe in the bottom of my heart that it's already written. All we gotta do is just let it happen and don't mess it up.
All right.
You know what I'm saying?
Well, thanks so much, Dusty Baker.
All right, bro. Thank you.
All right, man.
Thank you.
Great.